Big Z Reviews. The Rhythm Section is an action drama that came out in January in theaters. And I'm just getting to now as while in the middle of the quarantine, and it came out on streaming. And I actually liked it a lot more than I expected to.
I lost my family 3 years ago.
It wasn't an accident. There was a bomb on that plane.
I need your help to find the ones who did this. I've got nothing to lose.
What about your life?
What about it?
So this is directed by Reed Morano and written by Mark Burnell, and it mainly stars Blake Lively, along with a supporting cast like Jude Law, which kind of like plays the person that trains her, and Sterling K. Brown. And there's, I mean, I didn't watch this movie in theaters in January because the title sucks and the reviews were pretty bad, and I just never got around to it. But I liked this a lot more than I thought I was going to. I mean, it's definitely a flawed film. I definitely think, apart from the title, which I think is based on a book, but you don't have to keep the title of a book because that's a really stupid title. The idea that like when he's training her, it's like the rhythm section. Your heart is the bass, and your lungs are the bass, and your heart is the drums, or something. You have to calm them while you're making the shot, or some bullshit like that. But it's just when you hear that, you don't think action film. And I also, it's like the idea that this woman, this Blake Lively, her whole family is killed on a plane crash, and then she finds out that it was a terrorist attack, but they've kept that under wraps for some reason. And I think that the biggest problem with this film is the pacing is weird. Like at the beginning, there's way too much time showing that she's a crack whore now. She was going to college, she was really intelligent, but now because her family died, she's a crack whore. And she's really prostituting herself and doing a bunch of drugs. She looks horrible, and it's like, it's a long bit until you finally get to a part where this reporter, is pretending to be one of her Johns, but actually wants to, get her, tell her about what happened, and he's investigating the plane crash and who did the bomb and all this stuff. And it's like, it's a long section before you get to her being trained by Jude Law. And again, the Jude Law training section is long, but I like it. I like, the whole training aspect. I feel like a better way to do this movie would have been to start it with her going to Jude Law. And then you could maybe, at a certain time, he's like, well, before he starts training her, he locks her up in his cabin so that she'll, go through withdrawal from the drugs. And I think that a better way to do it would be to have the movie start there, and then maybe while she's going through withdrawal, you have flashbacks and you see bits of her being a crack whore. Maybe not 20 minutes of her being a crack whore. It's too much, and it's slow, and it's pointless. But in the end, it doesn't really matter that she was so down on her luck. But the whole point of the film is that her going after the people that orchestrated the plane bombing, and that her becoming an assassin, and that stuff is really good. Especially I liked. All the fight scenes are so visceral, and they're gritty, and they feel real, but they're messy. They're not really highly scripted or choreographed, and they're all her. I didn't really see any stunt doubles. It looks like it's all just her doing the action. And this movie is watching just for this one car chase scene, because it all looks like one shot. I guess they could have hidden some cuts in places, but it looks like it's all one shot. And it looks like the cameraman's sitting in the car filming her driving, and having all this, filming in this crappy country, and small, all these people are going by, and I mean, it looks real. I mean, it looks brutal. I love this car scene. It's just it makes it's heart racing. I mean, it's really good. It's just too bad it wasn't surrounded by a better movie. But I mean, some bits of this are amazing, and I mean, I like a lot of it. Like it's just needed another cut, another a little tightening up, because I mean, and the better title. But I really liked Blake Lively in this. I mean, she did really good. It's just too bad that the movie didn't do well at all. But now, I mean, if you're in quarantine and need a movie to watch, to stream, I think you should really definitely check out the rhythm section. Yeah, it's a lot better than I expected. I probably give it like 8 out of 10. But thanks for watching. You guys did play us on my head, and this guy's Z over there. Thanks. This has been a Big Z movie review. Thanks for watching.